Hi guys, Lens here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to fix your dead desktop computer. So if you're new here, like, share, comment and all of that good stuff. Let's get into it. So the first thing which you will want to do, you'll want to ensure that you plug out the power card. If it is plugged in, you need to plug this out before opening your computer. So you want to plug out the power card. Also remove the other end from the outlet. Then the next step in which you'll want to take, you'll want to hold down the power button for 10 seconds. So by holding down your power button for 10 seconds, you want to drain whatever power is in the system, and I will be explaining why shortly. So we just opened the unit, and you can see that we have different components here. So what you will want to make sure, that you hold down the power button. This will drain whatever electricity is still in the system circulating around. You will want to drain it for like a 10 seconds. So you just hold the button for 10 seconds. Just in case you want to unplug your memory or any one of the PCI ports here, you want to remove one of those cards from your computer. So while we remove this, you want to make sure that your memory don't get damaged by whatever electricity that is still flowing in the circuitry. So you will just want to make sure that you remove the different components without getting damaged from any electricity that might be in the circuitry, so that you don't damage any components on the memory card or any other thing that you may want to remove, the CD drive and so on. So when you look at the system, right, there are different things that can cause our computer not to function. One of the main things that will power our system is the power supply. The power supply is responsible for driving the volts that is required for your unit. Before starting to do anything, you will want to test your power supply. We can remove this backwards, and also we can remove this upwards as well. So by doing this, we have more access to the motherboard. And what I will want you to do, I will want you to remove the main wire for the power supply. This is the main wire for the power supply. And also we have, I am going to plug this back in, but you can test your power supply by using a technique, and also you can buy a power supply tester. This is a power supply tester that I have here, and you can see we can plug in the power supply here, and we can turn this on to do a test, as well as we can attach this area here as well, which is the 12 volts area, to test this connection wire here. We can test the main connection for our power supply. So to test this, you will plug the wires up. You will plug the wires up, then you will plug in the power card and you turn on the switch. The lights will light up, the fan will be spinning in the power supply if your power supply is good. That's if your power supply is good. If not, no lights will be on. So this is a simple way of testing your power supply. So before I moved on from the power supply, this connection piece here, it is much smaller than the regular 24 pins main connecting wire for our power supply. And I just want to show you an example. This is the main, this is the older type of the 24 pins power supply, and sometimes they use a jack that can use on these type. So you will need one of these, as I told you. If yours is the smaller ones, you will need a different power supply tester, which is the small 24 pins output. So I am going to plug this in and demonstrate to you how we can test our power supply. So you plug this up and then we plug this to the power supply. You want to ensure that your voltage is set correctly before plugging this up. And then we also have adjustment for the fan speed here. So this power supply is untested, and I am going to test this to see if this is really working or if it is not. So we have two fans in this power supply, one on the top and one on one of the side. So I am going to plug this up and we are going to see the reaction that we get. So guys, this is the power supply tester there. This is our power supply, and I am going to plug this up now and I'm going to turn on the switch. I just plug in the power card and now I am going to turn on the switch. So you can see that it just blink once, and then you can see we have a light on. We have a light on the power supply tester, which is the 5 volts here. So this power supply tester seems to have a problem. If not, we have a problem with the power supply. So this is how you can test your power supply. All the lights should be on. We have 7 lights here, only one is on. So guys, that's it for our testing. I just tested the power supply and we have one light on. So this is a bad power supply. This is how you can test your power supply in a very safe way. So guys, once our power supply is good, we can move on to the motherboard. And if we are getting any lights showing up on the unit, I am going to show you exactly how we can fix these issues. If you are getting lights but you are not seeing anything on the screen, or you are not getting any boot, I am going to show you what can possibly be the problem. One of the things that we need to do at times is to clean our memory card. And I am going to show you how to clean your memory card. But most importantly, I am going to show you how to remove these memory card properly. There are two things at the top and the bottom of the memory card, and it's like a switch. So let me zoom in. I want you to see it's like a switch. You can see it one here and you can see another one here. We need to move these backwards, then we can take the memory card out. So you move those backwards and you take the memory card out. Over time, dust can get into the system, and dust can be all around the system, especially dust can get down on the connection pad in the port, and at times we need to clean these off. If you have more than one memory card in your computer, one can be defective and one can cause your computer not to start. So we are going to clean these memory cards. So what we can do here, we can use rubbing alcohol and we can clean the memory. You want to use a piece of tissue and you want to damp the tissue with the alcohol. Then what you want to do, you want to do like this gently, just clean off the memory. And if you have sufficient time, you can clean the entire memory card, but ensure that you are not flooding your memory card with the alcohol, just to take off the dirt off of it. And at times you will see the dirt remaining on the tissue. Also, we are going to take out the other two memory cards. We are going to take these out, and all of these are 1 gigabyte cards, so we just need to put them in as how we took them out, 4 slots for 1 gig each, so we don't have any problem. For certain computers, you have to put them in a synchronized way at times. If you have 2 gig or 1 gig, you have to put them at times in a synchronized way. So if you take them out, you want to put them back in the same way as you took them out. So we just clean these and we are going to leave them to dry properly. If you have a dry piece of tissue, you can dry them off and then you can put them back in. So guys, every computer will have this battery right here. You can see this shiny thing right here, and this is the CMOS battery, right guys? And at times this battery can go bad, and if it goes bad, well, normally you won't get any big problems with your unit. This battery is responsible for saving the time and saving certain information on the device. So if you start up your device and you see that the time is always incorrect, you want to change your CMOS battery. So this is not really a big threat to us right now, so I won't be removing this, but if you get any issues like that, you can replace your CMOS battery. We have the processor chip underneath the fan right here, and normally this usually be the most problem people experience with their computer. Over a certain time of usage, the thermal paste on the chip dry up, and this causes the processor to slow down and also not to function properly, because the computer technology will detect the temperature in the BIOS of your computer. So you need to replace the thermal paste, just like a vehicle. When you change your engine oil, you need to replace the thermal paste after 2 to 3 years thereabout, guys, depending on the the computer and the technology. So we are going to remove the heat sink and also the fan. So I just removed the fan and also unplug the connection pad for the fan. You can see the heatsink as well. There are dust within the heatsink. So at times, as I state, dust can be all over in the system and it can get to the memory card as well. So guys, just as I told you, this thermal paste is dry. And what I am going to do, I am going to remove the chip. And I am going to show you guys actually that this thermal paste is dry. This is dry. And normally when you have dry thermal paste, your computer can work and shut down by itself when it gets to the climax of overheating. So the thermal paste is used to keep the unit at a temperature. So we need to replace the thermal paste. This is one of the things that cause your motherboard to go bad and also cause the processor chip to burn out. So if your computer is just coming on, the fan is spinning, the lights are blinking, nothing is happening, the culprit can be your processor chip. And lights are on the keyboard and mouse, nothing happening, no boot, nothing on the display. This can be the culprit. So you need to replace your thermal paste on your computer, and I believe this is what happened to this computer. I am going to put back in the processor chip. And just to let you guys know that this is the brain of the computer. Down here, we are there. And this thing normally give off a lot of heat. This is why we have a heat sink and also a fan to cool down the heat sink. So I have some thermal paste here. I have this spoon that I normally take out the thermal paste with. And we are going to get a bit dirty with this. You can buy these on eBay or Amazon in a tube, or you can buy a cup just like me. I do normally service a lot of computers, so I would have to get more than just a tube. Or if you have a computer, you can decide to buy a tube. Okay guys, so when you replace your thermal paste, you want to make sure that you use the right amount. And you want to put it just in the middle. It will spread the thermal paste for itself. So let's remove the old thermal paste from the heatsink. So now this is removed, we can even clean off our spoon here. It's quite fine. Alright guys, then we are going to screw down back the heatsink on the processor. And now we are going to plug in back the fan, and the connection is right here. Your fans are very important. The reason for this is because it helps to keep your system well ventilated. We have a fan here, we also have a fan here, and also your power supply will have another fan as well. So guys, we are going to put back in the memory card. You want to put the memory card in the space. When you put the memory card in the space, you want to just press gently on it, and the two clips at the two ends will just close in like that. I want to show you guys again. Put the memory card in the slot and just press gently on it. It will just lock in the memory card. We tested the power supply, we clean the memory, we replace the thermal paste, so you can see that we are doing a full service for this computer. It appears that it came not knowing what happened to it, so I am just doing a full video to help you guys out who might be in a situation where you don't know what is happening to your computer and you want to do it yourself. So guys, the next thing that I am going to bring to your attention, if the computer comes on, the fan is spinning, the CD drive is moving up, the hard drive is making song, everything seems to be working, and you are not seeing anything, it can be that you have a bad onboard video card. So definitely guys, you will need to replace your video card, and a very easy way of doing this is by buying a PCI video card. We can insert this right here. We can insert this right here. We have two ports here, 3 ports to be exact. We can use this one, and also we can use this port here. We can remove these metal pieces so we can put in the PCI video card. So if you have an onboard video problem and you suspected that this is the problem, you can buy a external video card that instead of changing your motherboard. So guys, this is what a external video card will look like. This one is a 512, and you can get up to a couple gigs of video card. You can see we have the VGA, we also have HDMI, and we also have a different monitor port that we can use here. So we can choose any one of these 3 with this video card. This video card will be inserted here. If you look at it, this is way too long to fit there. I am just doing this as a tutorial to show you guys. Different computers will have different fit. Let me let you guys to know that normally you can do research to see what is happening with your computer. Certain computers will give a certain amount of beeps, and if you go on the manual, that will tell you what is the problem. So for example, if you get 2 beeps on startup, it will say you have a bad memory. If you get 3 beeps, you have a problem with your SATA drive or IDI drive. Another amount of beeps can tell you what the problem is. So certain computers will have manual like this. When it comes to the Dell computers, they have their manual, and also Dell computers, they have 4 lights at the back, and those computers will signify what problem you are getting. You should see all the lights are green. When you see all your lights are green, that means that your computer is in good health. It also have a diagnostic manual to tell us if you see 2 lights orange and 2 green, that signify a problem. If you see 1 light orange and 3 green, that signify a different problem. If you see 3 lights orange and 1 green, that signify a different problem. If you see all the lights are orange, that's a different problem. So we have the 4 different lights, and we can have the 2 last lights orange, we can have the first and the third, we can have the second and the fourth. These are tips that I'm giving you to help you to diagnose your computer and to fix the issue. Normally with all computers, we do experience different problems. So from this video, it can help you to be one step further in diagnosing your computer and also in reviving it. So guys, what we are going to do now, we are going to do a test, and we are going to see if everything is functional and if there is any issues that are causing this laptop not to start up, not to turn on. So I am going to go right ahead right now. So guys, you can see I have my monitor here. So guys, we are ready to do a test. So guys, if you have a computer that is down, I am just letting you guys know that you can do a general maintenance on your computer, and that can do the trick. The cleaning of the memory and also the replacing of the thermal paste is very important, and we should get something from this computer. And let's go ahead and let's plug these up. I am going to connect the monitor wire first. Monitor wire is right here, so I'm going to connect this here. Then I am going to connect the power cable. I already spot a light on the motherboard, which I am going to show you. So there is a light on the motherboard right there, and that's a very good sign. That is telling us that we have power going to the board. So I just want to zoom in on it. You can see the light right there on the motherboard. So we know everything is okay with our power supply. And I am going to turn on the switch. I am going to press the power button, and let's go. The power button is right. The power button is right here. So let's go. We can hear the fans working quite well. I am looking at the screen. I'm not seeing anything as yet. The fan give us a bit of drive there again. We should be seeing something on the screen. So I'm not seeing anything. Now we are talking. It says monitor is going to sleep, so I'm going to turn this on again. So guys, what we are going to do here, we are going to test the memory. We are going to test the memory, and we are draining the board. So you just want to just hold down the button. We are going to take out two of these memory cards, and we are going to try again. Voila, there you have it guys. You can see exactly that the computer came on, and you can see we have a slight issue with one of these memory card. Just to let you guys know that in your case, one of these things can be the issue. So we have two memory cards in at the moment. The computer is on, and I'm going to shut it down. Take the power card out. I am going to drain the board before inserting the memory card. And I'm going to insert the memory card. So that's 3 memory cards in. I am going to do a test to see if everything is working. One memory card is currently out. So we are waiting. The computer is on, and it is giving us some messages saying that the amount of memory is changed and so on. So what I am going to do, I am going to clean this memory card and I'm going to put it back in. So I'm going to shut down, unplug the power card. Always unplug your power card. Then drain the board by holding the power button down, and then we are going to insert the memory card. So let's do so now. Now we are going to plug in the power card, and now I am going to turn on the switch. Let's hope that everything works perfectly now. Let's just hope that everything is legit. Yes! There you have it guys. Everything is on, and this is how you fix a dead computer. We had different problems with this unit. At first, the heatsink that was dried, and we had to clean the whole system on a whole, and also we had little issues with the memory there. So you can see everything is working perfectly, and we can see a failed status here on the screen with a hard drive, and also we can see an error as well showing up there on the physical disk. F1 to skip. Well, so far it says that non-system this or this error, replace or strike any key when ready. So guys, we have a issue here, and it's with the hard drive. So let's shut down, let's unplug, and let's drain. You want to hold the power button for 10 seconds. Let's just check the wires for the hard drive. Actually, this is the hard drive there. I just want to zoom in so you guys can see. That is the hard drive there, and the wires are slack. So what we need to do, we need to plug in the wires properly. And that should do the trick. Ensure that the wires are in properly, and also ensure that the SATA cable is connected on the board as well. And if you look, you can see we have two drives. We have one here and we have another one here. So you want to ensure that all of these drives are connected properly. So that's how we revive a desktop computer. I'm going to shut down. So that's what we're going to do now. That's how we revive a desktop computer. What had happened, we got a CPU fan fail a while ago, but I noticed that the fan was still spinning. So I'm not too sure what may have caused that, but everything is working as you can see, and we revived this unit. So I'm just going to go and close up everything back into its position, and we are going to make sure that no wire is jamming on anything, and then put this unit back up, and then we are going to do a final test. So let's try this one more time. We are going to plug in the power cord. Then we turn on. And we are awaiting the unit to power up successfully. Hard drive and everything. You can see the screen is on there. And we are waiting for the system to configure the unit. Click F1, and we are still getting the hard drive error. So I am going to revise that and then we are going to move forward. So guys, I am going to conclude the video and turn on the computer. And conclude the video. As you can see guys, we have the hard drive here, which is a 74 gigabytes hard drive. We also have other hard drive here with different partition. You can see we have an error here. That's something that we will remedy. Press F1 boot and the computer is revived. So guys, my name is Lens. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of that good stuff. This is how you do it. So I'm out. Like, share, comment, and all of that good stuff. And I mean, normally these things do take time. So yeah.